we have with us Attorney Nery Colmenares, Chairperson of Bayan and lawyer to some Duterte drug war victims. Good evening and welcome to the show, Attorney Nery.
Good evening, Ces, and the rest of your hosts. Good evening to your viewers.
Pauline and Sean po.
Hi, Pauline. How's Sean?
Yes, the confirmation of charges hearing, sa tingin nyo nakataga na ba yan sa bato because gustong MR ang defense lawyer po?
Yes, it's set on February 23, and notwithstanding their, promise to file another appeal, I think the court will no longer postpone it. They were given a long postponement. September 23 pa yan, 2025. They asked for a postponement, indefinite postponement. And for us, that is nothing more than just a means to avoid going to trial. Because we are sure that President Duterte has no evidence to present that will show that he has nothing to do with the drug war if a trial ensues. So yeah, I guess that's their third appeal, if ever, because they appealed the interim release. They appealed the jurisdiction issue, and now they're going to appeal the fit for trial decision. So, if they really, an accused says, Sean, Pauline, if you're innocent kasi, you want speedy trial. You don't want to delay it because the longer you delay it, you're in prison. But in this case, they're delaying the trial. So hopefully this is the first step and a trial will ensue.
Kamusta naman ang reaksyon ng mga victims' families, some of whom are your clients?
Yes, natuwa siyempre ang mga biktima kasi noon pa nila sinasabi nung September 23 postponement pa lang, bakit pa? Bakit i-delay, no? So anyway, pre-trial confirmation of charges pa nga lang. Sabi namin, wala pa ngang trial, unfit for trial na. Tapos pangalawa, nanalo sila doon o pinuspone, tagal na, ilang buwan na yon. And now natuwa sila na may decision ang pre-trial chamber ng ICC na ituloy na ang confirmation of charges and hopefully ma-confirm ang charges. We only need one confirmed charge for us to go to trial in this case.
And about a week ago, Attorney Colmenares, nag-call for more witnesses itong ICC. They published this call on their website, and I believe this was targeted towards police witnesses. Of course, Attorney Kaufman has decried this, but would you know if this is a normal thing na medyo dapat kasado na gumagalaw na, di ba? Ang intindi natin is plakado na yung kaso. Why would there be this call published on the website?
It's not prohibited, and in fact, it's not abnormal. But what I think, my analysis there is that down they're going for the subordinates. They're going now for the subordinates. The case against President Duterte is very strong. They need police and other witnesses, not just police, in order to pinpoint the subordinates. Meaning to say, because in their in the statement of Fatou Bensouda Allah noon pa man in the confirmation doon sa initial preliminary examination niya, she said, ang involvement ng subordinates dito, hindi lang yung si President Duterte and of course yung national or PNP, kundi it goes even down to the regional, provincial, and district or city police units. So yeah, I guess this is the purpose now of the second call. If there are police officers who want to testify against their superiors who committed these crimes or order them to commit these crimes, then the ICC wants to go over these subordinates.
And what is the implication now that there's a date already, Feb 23, and more or less that's finally matutuloy na? Ano yung implication nito on the subordinates? Should we expect that their warrants would be more forthcoming because nakasana yung schedule?
For instance, Bato de la Rosa. What will Senator Bato de la Rosa?
May 11 na kasi na na-mention dati na redacted natin alam kung sino yon. So malamang at nagtago na si Senator Bato, so siguro nandun siya sa mayroon ng posibilidad na warrant. Ito naman yung additional witnesses. Ito yung mga subordinates na pwede ring isama sa kaso later on. So notwithstanding the confirmation of charges kay President Duterte, mag-undergo rin ng confirmation of charges. Siyempre, itong mga others na ma-commit na huli if there are certain acts or other charges na ma-file against them. So, yeah, it will not delay. It should not delay. If the ICC is going to go after the subordinates, yung mga regional commanders, and there are regional commanders na medyo liable or pwedeng kasuhan doon, yeah, I guess it will also continue parallel to the Duterte trial.
Just to be clear, a quick follow-up. Would these cases against the subordinates be the same case against President Duterte, or will this be fresh cases against them of a lesser degree? How
Yes,
does that
well,
work?
we don't know if they will be charged under the DCC, under the charges now against President Duterte. Pwede naman kasi President Duterte is an indirect perpetrator, meaning to say he is a perpetrator, but the one who pulled the trigger is somebody else. That's the definition of indirect perpetrator. So, ibig sabihin, nandun siya, pwedeng nandun sila, or pwedeng mahiwalay. Hiwalay talaga na kaso ang mga ito. So in any case, ang kay President Duterte na confirmation of charges sa trial can continue notwithstanding na may mga ilan pa na pwedeng kasuhan either separately or within the context ng kanyang mga kaso.
Let's go back to the confirmation of charges hearing. That is just a usual procedure. We don't expect anything. Can you walk us through what will happen there?
Well, unlike sa atin na pag ang piskal may probable cause, ang i-file niya na agad sa korting information, di ba, dito sa atin. Sa ICC, grabe kasi ang mga due process rights nila para sa accused. Kaya ang prosecutor, they found probable cause, reasonable cause. So nag-file na siya ng document containing the charges. Yun ang tawag sa parang, kumbaga, information, DCC. Ngayon, pero sabi ng ICC, teka muna, hindi ibig sabihin nag-file ka ng DCC, tuloy na yung trial. No, i-confirm muna namin yung charges. So kung ma-confirm namin ang charges at may reasonable grounds to believe na kinumit niya yung crime, then we will have trial. And President Duterte will be the first Asian to be tried in the ICC. So, yun. Doon sa order ng court, sabi niya, o di i-confirm yung charges, ano ba ang ebidensya mo dito? Reasonable ba na ground na sabihin na siya ang gumawa niyan? At within the, krimen yan sa jurisdiction ng court, syempre. Pangalawa, ang second na hiningi ng ng korte, sabi niya, mag-file kayo ng submission. The defense, of course, can file submission kung excluded sila sa criminal charges. Ano ibig sabihin niyan? That's under Rule 31 kasi ng Rules of Procedure ng ICC. Ibig sabihin, they can claim na wala kaming kasalanan in the sense dahil una, self-defense yun. I don't think President Duterte will say self-defense yun. Pangalawa, may mental disease ako na hindi ko na ma-appreciate yung unlawfulness ng ginawa ko. I don't think they'll claim that. Ang third, under duress. Inutukan ako ng baril kaya nagawa ko yung krimen. I don't think President Duterte will claim that. And lastly, intoxication. That's the fourth element of Rule 31. So I don't even think they'll claim intoxicated siya when he ordered the war on drugs. So I don't think that will be a major issue in the confirmation of charges.
Attorney, balikan ko lang po one thing you mentioned earlier, no? And that's you only need one charge to be confirmed by the ICC judges. What
Yeah.
elements are needed? And sa tingin niyo po, alin sa mga complaint ang may pinakamalakas na basis to get a confirmation?
Una muna, yun ang basis na ng prosecutor. Itong krimen ay nagawa within the jurisdiction of the court at reasonable ground ako na maniwala si President Duterte is guilty doon sa krimen na yon. Anong pinakamalakas sa akin? Yung tatlong charges malakas . Kasi napakalakas. Ang charges kasi na yon contains the charges ng acts niya when he was, of course, mayor at acts niya when he became president. All this, para sa akin, yung tatlo cases of murder are very strong. So, wala talaga. In fact, sabi ko nga, kahit ikaw pang pinakamagaling na abogado sa buong mundo, pag ikaw ang abogado ni President Duterte, anong ebidensyang ipipresent mo para sabihin sa korte, wala akong kinalaman sa war on drugs. After all, he ordered the killings, he encouraged the killings and everything.
We're running out of time. We have a lot of questions still. Can he waive his appearance? Former President Duterte.
Yes, he can. If he feels, he can say na hindi ako pwede. So he can waive it. Basta may counsel siya doon. Yun naman ang requirement ng ICC.
Okay. And also on the impeachment complaint filed against President BBM, you don't have the numbers. So how do you think, what is the aim here?
No, actually yung impeachment is an accountability mechanism. Yung pagbilang ng ilan ba ang boto nito, hindi yan tungkulin o trabaho na ng citizen who filed the verified complaint. Ang reklamo lang ng impeachment complaint, may nawalang mga pera, sana naman ma-account ito o may kasalanan ka ba dito. And we hope that the members of the Justice Committee will decide on the merits. It's not true that impeachment is purely a political process. It is political merely because among the decision dyan ng mga elected people, not a court, but in terms of decision, it should be based on basic standards of justice and the merits of the case.
And it will be your complaint will have sufficiency in substance, you believe? You establish the evidence that will prove na merong betrayal of public trust?
Well, ang requirement lang sa substance, form okay na yan. Verified naman yung complaint, may endorse. Yung substance naman, ultimate facts lang eh. So para sa amin, yung ultimate facts, more than ultimate facts na ina-allege namin eh. In fact, may mga dokumento, may mga, di ba, may mga sworn statements sa mga hearings. I think we've heard even substance eh. So I really hope na pag matuloy ito and may substance at may form, and then there will be a process na of hearing doon sa Justice Committee where the respondent will be asked to anong comment mo, anong reply mo dito sa verification, and then we can present our evidence.
All right. Marami pong salamat. Thank you for talking to us, Attorney Nery Colmenares.